So today I'm going to show you how to build this. It's not a scientific experiment, but it's something so handy that solves a big problem for all of us that we are makers. Last week I was turning on the vacuum cleaner, I was distracted, and as soon as I watched again, the vacuum cleaner was catching fire. So lucky for me, I turned everything, the fire off and everything. But let's fix this huge problem. Let's get started, but first, intro! You know how much I love to recycle, and today I just found this window from furniture, and it's perfectly glued all around, so the trick is just to cut a little slot and then take a flat screwdriver, apply some lever force, and then I can remove the glass from the inside. I just hope that this isn't tempered glass, otherwise it's impossible to cut it and to recycle it. As it almost impossible seems to cut this glass container, I have 3 of them, and the trick is just to mark a line all around, and now I can take a diamond, synthetic diamond, and apply some force. The trick here is just to make one single pass. Don't get the temptation to follow the line a couple times, because otherwise you will end up to have not a straight and clean cut. It will be a mess. So just one single cut, and now to remove and then open the glass jar, I can use some heat, and this will expand and contract the glass. So take your time, heat evenly all the parts, also corners of this glass container, and I have here some spray. In this case it's just a house cleaner spray, but you can use water, and this in only 5 seconds will contract and deform the glass, and this will crack the line we draw earlier. I repeat this procedure 3 times, and I end up to have these glass containers that are perfect for my project. One of them will be the output where I can throw away the garbage from the inside of the filter, and the other 2 ones are the part where I can insert the tubes. Now I want to project and prototype the things on the computer. These lines are pretty tricky to draw by hand, so the idea is just to create a Venturi effect and like a vortex, so we have a tornado inside the glass like a filter of an aquarium, and this will cool down the parts. So after cutting the window, I have all the glass needed to compose my project. So the glass containers are 8 centimeters high, and I also cut the other parts with the same dimension. To seal perfectly everything, I'm using some silicone, and the trick right now is just to make one single line, continuous line, and just glue the parts at the first try. This is the trick to have a perfect seal of any aquarium or filters. If you make more passes, or if you try to put more silicone in the corners, you end up to have a mess and not a clean and perfect seal. So I let this silicone dry for 24 hours, and now what I want to do is move to the computer and use my laser cutter engraver to represent these complicated lines that are the representation of this maze that will create the filter. So this is a scale 1:1 of the filter that was on the computer, and now I just have to replicate the lines here on the glass we just made earlier. It's impossible to bend the glass, but I can for sure cut it in many pieces. I cut more than 100 of these little shapes, and I can glue them one next to each other so that I can create my own curvature and follow the complicated lines of the maze of before. So starting from a corner is easy. I can then use some silicone and apply one part next to each other, and this will keep the parts very tight and perfectly vertical one to each other. So after gluing all these 100 pieces, it took me like an hour, but after all, it came out great. I let this glue dry for about 10 hours, and now I can apply the front glass to have a perfect seal. This is a bit complicated, it's the most important part, but lucky for me, I just cut all the pieces with the perfect height, and I apply silicone not only in the outside perimeter, but also in all the inside lines, as you can see. So everything closed perfectly. This is a very thin glass, it's only 6 millimeters, but the pressure of the water inside isn't going to be very high. This is my brand brand new CNC machine. It's a desktop machine, and to limit the budget, to make it cheaper and accessible, they don't provide you a vacuum system, and also it's not included also compressed air. They only provide you two connectors here on the back, and until today I was recycling this old fridge compressor and an old Dyson to solve these problems. So these metal chips are so hot, and you can really imagine that if I am in this fire situation, is thanks to one hot metal chip that came inside the vacuum cleaner filter. These chips are so hot, in this case I'm milling aluminium, but this machine is capable as well to mill metal and iron without problems, so I need to fix this problem. As you know, I love to carry around things here in my shop, that's the reason why my computer has handles, and I want to fix the problem having like a square box that include all the system, a vacuum and compressed air system. Let's see what's in my mind. To recycle this microwave. As I'm not crazy, I don't want to cook the CNC, I just want to recycle the electronics and the chassis of the microwave. So I think I have enough space inside of it to mount all the parts I really need, and the square shape of this chassis is great so that I can move it with the CNC without a problem all around the shop. So you can see I open it and I have enough space here to insert what are my plans. So the idea is to recycle this, that is a vacuum cleaner, is a special vacuum cleaner. The motor is in the front and is a very heavy duty motor, which means that the dust and the debris getting in contact with the propeller inside is a very, very well made and very expensive vacuum cleaner. Unfortunately, it's pretty old, but it's great for this purpose. As you can see, it fits perfectly inside the microwave, and I also made a little hole in front so that I can start to suck the debris from the outside. I already found on the street this old fridge. Somebody cut all the tubes, so it's pretty easy to remove the compressor. I already installed on the right side a big filter, so I don't suck inside dust. And on the top, I made by myself inside this transparent plastic a filter filled with cotton fabric. This is important because consider that these compressors are filled of oil, and once you turn them on, they will start to nebulize and create like an aerosol of small oil drops in the air, and it's pretty nasty to breathe. After connecting all the wires of the microwave, I can turn on the vacuum, and if I put this knob on grill, I don't turn on the grill of the microwave, but I turn on compressed air. Setting the knob on automatic, it will start automatically a cycle that goes between sucking from the vacuum for a couple of minutes into compressed air for other minutes, or I can choose the program, and it's so handy to have it so I can like program my CNC automatically. I just laser cut this adapter so I can place inside a bigger tube so I can suck better the air from the CNC. Let's see on the other side of the microwave what is connected. So we have a small tube, which is the tube of the compressor, so I can connect compressed air on the back of my CNC, and the bigger tube is the exhaust of the vacuum. I took now this long tube and I can connect it directly here on the back of the CNC. This will be the port where I can suck away all the aluminium hot chips from the CNC. The filter is ready, the silicone is dry for 24 hours, and I can connect the bigger tube here on top of the glass jar, and the smaller tube on the left side. I just laser cut an adapter which fits perfectly, and now it's just time to fill everything with water. Just normal tap water. In this case, about 10 liters are more than necessary. Basically, I just have to stop until it almost reaches the right side where the glass start. Otherwise, it will suck away all the water, and it's not what we need, of course. Now, it's just time to install the skirt. So the CNC provide me with this, that is an adapter. It's perfect so that I can start to use the vacuum to remove all the metal chips. These are pretty hot, and it's important to remove them with this filter. Let's see if it works. it's working. It's so nice to see everything transparent, so we can clearly see all the things that happen inside. We have the Venturi effect that accelerates the air, we have all the turbulence, and we can clearly see that this cools down the metal chips inside. What's great? So if you have an industry, if you have a job where you have a lathe or a mill and you create a lot of metal chips, and you are also scared that everything catch fire, this solves your problems. And for this reason, I leave you here the 3D files so you can check all the measurements of this one and take inspiration and build your own. Maybe bigger, maybe with stainless steel, and you have your water filter that cools down the metal chips. I hope as well that you can take inspiration from this microwave and adapt it to your needs. So in this case, I place a vacuum inside, a vacuum cleaner and a compressor, but you can take inspiration and build everything you need. There is a timer with a couple relays that with a combination setting here turns on and off and create a clean cycle of my CNC, which is so handy and was factory made by the microwave Whirlpool brand. So that's so handy. At this point, if you want to support the channel, you can leave a like. This helps a lot growing this channel. And if you want to support financially this channel, you find a super thanks here below. And all the money I will collect will be invested in keeping the channel growing. I just broke my microphone. That's the reason why I'm asking to help the channel. And see you soon with another do-it-yourself tutorial. Ciao, ciao.